What is going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's ZacAtk for ZacAtk Bricks, back at a video for you guys. Today, we are going to be reviewing Wooden Toby's design of LEGO Thomas the Tank Engine. So, this model, I think, is probably one of the coolest LEGO creations I have ever seen in my entire life. And I've been following Wooden Toby for a hot minute, and I've seen every single one of the models he's come out with for rolling stock, the narrow gauge engines, vehicles like Birdie and Terrence Tractor, and I have been waiting a hot minute to build all this to build my own Lego Thomas because Lego Pick-a-Brick right now is just not very reliable. But I have to say, this is probably one of the best LEGO models I have ever seen, and it's very near and dear to my heart because I am a huge fan of LEGO, and of course I am a huge fan of Thomas the Tank Engine. So, like a lot of us 90s babies, we grew up watching Thomas and Friends amongst a litany of other great PBS shows and whatnot, but Thomas and Friends is kind of one of those shows that stuck out above the rest and has, for the most part, remained a very timeless show. So let's just talk about this engine, and let's talk about the build and just how enjoyable it was. Now, I will have to say that mine is not complete because I do need to do the stickering detail, and my Lego Pick-a-Brick order shortchanged me a handful of pieces, and I unfortunately was not able to complete it the way how according to Wooden Toby's instructions, but I did complete the best I could with the parts I had on hand and what I had available in my part inventory. So let's just talk about this model and just how enjoyable it just really was to build. And I just want to preface right now that obviously this is not my design, it's Wooden Toby's design. I did all of the instructions via his Rebrickable instructions that he has on his Rebrickable page. It's hard to say. I'll link to that and all of that in the description box below for those of you who are interested and want to build this. And I'm sure you've seen this before a million times over because his channel and whatnot is way bigger than mine. And I wanted to do this video because I love Thomas and Friends, and me personally to be able to combine Lego with Thomas and Friends is just absolutely bonkers. So let's start off first with the characters, the minifigures that I got for this. I got a Lego Sir Topham hat, a Station Master, and which could also double as a fireman or a driver, and I have Thomas as driver. Now, I didn't really have much material to go off of from the show to see what Thomas's driver looked like, so I decided to opt for the man from the mustache and for this older gentleman right here, who I think could be either one in my Lego world, if you will. And so the build, first and foremost, is absolutely fantastic. I really love just how all this went together, and the instructions were very, very well done. There were a couple times where my brain tried to autocorrect and say, no, this goes here, and I ended up missing a couple steps, but that happens to me all the time when I make Lego sets, or build Lego sets rather. And so just a very enjoyable build. And the one thing, there were a couple things in instructions that I didn't quite understand, and so I was trying to go back and look at how how this went together and how it worked. And anyways, I ended up seeing the mistakes I made, and because I was at first trying to correct, thinking the instructions were wrong, like it was missing something, but it wasn't. It was just me being silly. And needless to say, going through the build and seeing how everything was laid out with the instructions, and the instructions are absolutely genius, especially for an engine to have this many parts and to just have so much detail that even without the stickers, it's just crazy how much detail there is, and how much I really appreciate just all the detail work that went into this engine and went into this model. And, I think once I add the stickers and the face and whatnot, it will really, complete the build. But even without the stickers, it's an absolutely fantastic, I can't even begin to describe to you. Now, I will tell you a funny story about this engine and how I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I got my girlfriend into Lego, and she saw a knockoff Lego strawberry shortcake set that Five Below has, and I just got done pouring my heart out to her, say I spent so long, getting rid of all of the Mega Blocks out of my set and throwing them away, which there weren't a lot over the years. For some reason my Mega Blocks disappeared, which that may have been me subconsciously getting rid of them over the last 20 some odd years. But anyways, I told her, like, I don't want no non-Lego product in this house. And then I realized, wait a minute, the portrait of me and Leia is non-Lego. And then these wheels. These wheels are by Big Ben Bricks. And anyways, they are, 3D printed wheels and whatnot. And they are fantastic. And honestly, they look just like real Lego wheels. And originally, I didn't like that the Wooden Toby used, not Lego products. But since Lego doesn't make anything like this, and I don't think they will, I think it's acceptable. And it kind of combines a lot of things for all of us who are on the spectrum together. And that is Lego, trains, Thomas & Friends, 3D printing. You just kind of have those four, and modeling, essentially, which I guess Lego is a model, but still you can do a whole lot with Lego. Anyway, so five things essentially that you kind of, mesh together and make this thing that's very appealing for a wide variety of audiences. And for me, just going through the build process and seeing how everything was interconnected, and I really have to give my hat off to Wooden Toby for designing something like this and being able to translate from TV, book, movies into Lego, and utilizing Lego pieces that I didn't really think was possible in a way. And because Lego is very square, but you have round accents here, you have square accents, you have arches, you have curves and slopes that just go so well with translating Thomas into the Lego. And so I think overall, mission accomplished. There's no doubt about that. Mission accomplished. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I honestly cannot wait to start building other engines. I'm gonna have to slow my roll for a hot minute because Lego is getting quite expensive. But I think and for me, this is way more enjoyable. This build process was so enjoyable that I would rather build, Thomas Train and Lego than Lego Star Wars sets, because the amount of memory and emotion that building this conveyed and produced just was so out of this world amazing. And for someone whose largest part of their childhood was Thomas and Friends, and is still around, like I can't even begin to tell you how much I love Thomas. It's crazy. It's one of those things that just is so relaxing, and it helps me immensely. And so with Lego combined in that, it's just a win-win. So just the pure joy that I got out of building this set was absolutely phenomenal. And there's nothing. I mean, yeah, I'm sure someone else could find something, but for me, there's nothing improvement-wise I could make to this to make it better. I think it's perfect, and it's amazing. And honestly, once I get the layout of the Lego City finalized where it makes sense in this room, and if I'm even able to put a train here on the city table, Thomas is definitely going to be the first engine running on the table. I know I already have the Hogwarts Express motorized and all that, but I am definitely going to be motorizing Thomas. I already have the parts to motorize him minus the circuit cubes, but I am definitely going to be having him take the maiden voyage around the Lego City. So overall, this is a fantastic build, and if you are a Thomas and Friends fan and if you love Lego, this is a must-have for your Lego collection. And one day, if Lego ever does come up with a Thomas and Friends thing other than the Duplo line they have, I don't know if they could do a better job than Wooden Toby. And I'm not trying to blow smoke Toby's way or whatever. I'm being honest here and very complimentary, because this, and like I said earlier, it's perfect. And I don't really remember how much I spent on parts because all the parts came in at weird times because Lego Pick-a-Brick has been very difficult and shipping and whatnot. In fact, they still owe me pieces even though I've reached out to them 3 times now and they just can't get their act together. But anyways, aside from that, this is phenomenal. And, you know, for the time being, I don't really know where I'm going to put Lego Thomas other than just him chilling on my desk, on my build desk as a display until I can, you know, get the city more built. And like, here's the crazy thing too. Like, I have another custom Bricklink or Rebrickable set rather that Bevan's Bricks made. It's a double train set that I'm going to be building here in the near future. And so, anyways, I'm excited for this to just chill out my desk for the time being so I can look at it and admire it and be happy with it. And, you know, adding more engines too. I'm really torn who I want to build next. Like, do I want to go in order with Edward, or do I want to give Thomas his best friend Percy? Like, you know, tons of options here. There's so many options. It's absolutely crazy. So, anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here because this is an absolutely fantastic build. And, you know, I am just super duper excited just to have this in my collection now. And eventually I hope to be able to finish it, to get those, you know, 4 missing pieces that Lego owes me, and we'll go from there. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, be sure and smash that like button, subscribe for more videos. I post videos every Monday, and I am very, very excited to get building again. I know I keep saying that, but man, the last couple of weeks, guys, has been crazy. I had the Rona, I had a Crohn's flare, back-to-back weekends, and so that took me out. And there just doesn't seem to be any time. And of course, with daylight savings time kicking in, I feel like I have even less time. So it's crazy, but I'm trying my best for you guys to produce content for you. And you know, it's a challenge, but it is a fun challenge, and I do enjoy it. But next time, I think we'll talk about the Lego City, and maybe in between, I can try and work on the next Rebrickable product I have and do a review on that. So anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Until then, friends, keep building, and I'll see you in the next video.